My name is Ken Williams. I'm the Executive Director of the New York State OGS Division of Service Disabled Veterans Business Development. I know that's a long title, but let me tell you a little bit about the Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Business Program for New York State. A little over 7 years ago, on December 1st, 2014, I certified the first 21 Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Businesses, which I'll call SDVOBs after this. The law was passed in May of 2014 and established first in the country, largest in the country, 6% goal for participation by SDVOBs. NYPA was one of the 10 pilot group agencies that we selected to begin the first year, and then we brought all 97 agencies and authorities on board the next year. As of today, we have 936 active New York State SDVOBs. And during 2021, over 182 million went to those VOBs, but that is still quite a ways below the 6% that's required by the law. All right, so I wanted to take some time and just talk about why this program is important, okay? Helping SDVOBs grow their businesses is, what this program is about, but it does so much more, because we veterans hire veterans. We prefer to hire veterans because we understand, the way we all work and so on and so forth. In fact, I was at a meeting yesterday with one of my veteran businesses that had started out from nothing, and within 3 years had a payroll of over $400,000, 70% of which were veterans. So, this program is not just helping the veteran business owners, it's helping veterans of all types. The program is the Thank You for Your Service program. And, that's important because, I have to go back to myself and my story. I served during in the Vietnam era. And when I came home, I was in Europe, but when I came home in 1973, I paid my own way home because I didn't want to wear a uniform in public. Because at that time, walking through an airport as a veteran with a uniform on, you were subject to all kinds of abuse, spitting, et cetera, et cetera. Those days are long past, thank goodness. But this program, when I certify businesses of my generation now, it's not so much that they need the program to help their businesses, many of them, but just the recognition is so important. It is amazing the difference that it's making. For information on our program, I want to make everybody aware. You can go to our website, which is ogs.ny.gov/veterans, or just Google NYS SDVOBs. Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Businesses, and it'll bring you to our division website. Okay, on there is a video that I encourage everybody to look. It's focused on a number of our businesses and what they've done, and it just shows the impact that this program is having on the veteran community. It's important to understand that I can certify veterans anywhere in the country. They have to have a New York State presence, but they don't have to have their business located here. So if you go to our database, which I'll talk about in a little while, you'll see businesses from all across the country. And when people comment about, hey, shouldn't they have to be resident in New York State? What I say to them is, when I raised my hand to serve, it wasn't for any state, it was for the country as a whole. So a veteran is a veteran no matter where they decide to live. It's also been an economic driver for New York State, because a lot of the businesses that we have certified from out of state now have facilities in New York State, and some have even moved their businesses to New York State. So, this has proved to be a very successful program over the 7+ years that we've been doing it. To the veterans that are listening to this that are not yet certified, the certification process I'm averaging about 40 business days from when we receive an application to when I make my decision. And so it's a process. It's fast. It's secure, and don't be afraid of it. Just contact us, and we can give you more information. To any veterans out there, the New York State program, you have to have a disability rating, a service disability rating of 10% or more. For any veterans that have a business and don't have the disability rating, I encourage you to reach out to us and talk to us about the reasons why you should apply for that. Most all of us that served can get the 10% service connected disability. And in all honesty, just like going to your local VA hospital or whatever, the more of us that sign up for it, the more we get for the vets that really need the services. So, those are two categories. For the service-able vet businesses that I've certified that are listening to this, be sure to, utilize this event to reach out to, the suppliers and the prime contractors of NYPA, and, make them aware of what you do and so on and so forth. To the primes and to the NYPA primes and suppliers and all that, doing business, when I started this, I needed to make sure that if I certify a business, I knew that they could perform. Veterans know how to perform. Sometimes we think we can do everything everywhere, but we are a group of people that have the integrity and the gumption that if we say we're going to do something, we pretty much do it. I always like to say, if you utilize one of our businesses, these are the types of businesses you would want to use, even if you couldn't check the box for the requirement for the 6%. Okay, so I encourage you to check with your current vendors, the current subcontractors that you're working with. Ask them, are you a veteran? You would be amazed at how many of us are out there, and a lot of us are entrepreneurs. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, before I was asked to do this, and it fits our personality. Sometimes we don't fit well into the corporate environments, and entrepreneurship and small business is really where we excel. To the NYPA people, the staff, et cetera, I've gotten a service-able vet business to build us a new system for tracking everything, which will be coming on board this year. And it's going to give me the ammunition I need to follow up more closely on the status of SDVOB usage on contracts, and who's doing what and whatever. So this is 2022 is going to be the year where I'm ratcheting up my follow-up on compliance, on waivers. Waivers are going to be more difficult to get, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now's the time, an event like this, try to connect with our SDVOBs and start figuring out how you're going to meet that 6%, because it's going to become more imperative that goal be met. As far as our database goes, the current database is not very robust, as most of you that are using it know. When we have the new system up, we'll have a much more robust database. But in the meantime, feel free to reach out to us for any assistance in searching the database. The best way to utilize it, if you don't want to reach out to us, is go to the website, go to the database, the directory, and don't put anything in the search boxes. Just hit search, and it will dump out all 936 businesses. And there's an export to Excel option at the top of the page. If you get it in Excel, you can then sort it and search it any different ways. Also, if you want to be apprised of the SDVOBs that I have just certified, I have been collecting emails for 7 years, and have an extensive email list. And so every time I certify new businesses, we'll send out an email. Here are the 7 new businesses we just certified and all their information. If you want to get added to that email blast list, just reach out to us and ask us to be added, and then you'll be aware of all the new businesses that are coming online. This is a great event. I appreciate NYPA for including us in it. When I started this out I talked about 7+ years ago. The first time I spoke at NYPA, it was like nobody knew what SDVOB was. Okay, and it was a fight just to get the recognition of that. Today, everybody knows what it is. Everybody, the successes have been amazing. Okay, I just encourage everybody to utilize our businesses. I encourage our businesses to make sure you reach out to the primes and the suppliers. And another important thing for the primes and suppliers to realize is that the rules for our program are not the same as a minority and women-owned business program. 100% of everything paid to a service-disabled veteran-owned business counts towards the goal. And if the service-disabled veteran is also a certified minority or woman-owned business, that can be double counted. Okay, that dollar can be counted in both categories. So, there are a lot of questions that you may have. We are available to answer those questions at any time. Again, the website is ogs.ny.gov/veterans, or again, you can Google NYS SDVOB and will pop right up there. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to everybody, and hope this event yields you contracts and yields you people that can supply your needs. Thank you very much.